Hi, Pastor Nathan Decker with your Better Together devotion for this week. And this week I wanted to talk about an emotion, a feeling that we as adults often teach to our children, and it becomes something that just keeps going generation after generation. And that feeling is the feeling of guilt. Adam and Eve, when Adam and Eve broke God's covenant, broke the one rule in the Garden of Eden, and ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, Adam and Eve began to feel guilt. And because of their guilt, they hid from God. Because of their guilt, they started blaming each other and blaming even God. Guilt is an extremely powerful emotion. And most of us, whether we're 2 years old or all the way up to 98, we at some point in our lives feel or we carry with us a heavy burden of guilt. One of the ways that we can get beyond that is obviously not to do wrong. Good luck with that one. Most of us are going to do wrong. Most of us are going to make mistakes. In fact, all of us are going to make mistakes. The reality is that the real way to move beyond our guilt is to remember what our parents tried to teach us also, was that when we do wrong, it's better to just come clean. When we do wrong, it's better to just come forward. But that requires us to trust God. That requires us to make ourselves vulnerable to God's love and to God's forgiveness. When we are that way, when we offer ourselves to God, when we offer all of our wrongs and all of our hurt, the guilt will go away because we find, instead of the judgment that we feared, instead of the harsh treatment or curse that we expected God to give us, we find instead that God offers us redemption. God offers us salvation. And God offers us love. If you're like me and you're carrying some weight of guilt in your life, take time this week to lay yourself down, to offer yourself willingly to God's love. Trust and be vulnerable enough to say, God, I've messed up, and I'm hoping you'll forgive me. And you'll find that that guilt slowly falls to pieces without the fear and the judgment that we anticipate that it's not going to be there. Go with God and find yourself free in a world where you're no longer motivated by fear and guilt, but instead motivated by love. Go with God and go in peace.